Hey guys, what's up people? Welcome to the session. How are you guys doing? I hope that all of you guys are doing good and taking care of yourself. Welcome back. I know it's a lazy day of a week because yeah, it's a Wednesday and I understand that it's middle of the week and you guys are just waiting for the weekend to come. But nonetheless, let's make this as interesting as possible. So welcome back to all the CBSE 10th standard students. Welcome back to the Prodigy sessions. Welcome to Vedantu 9th and 10th English channel. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to like the video and also share the video as well. So today what we're going to do is going to be the second session of electricity. Now that means that we've already done the first session. If you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you check it out because we have studied about one of the basic concepts of electricity, that is what is current and potential difference. So make sure that you go check that out as well. So today we'll be understanding about Ohm's law, resistance and the factors affecting resistance. One of the most important numericals in terms of numericals also is a very important topic, and in terms of theory as well, this is one of the most important topic. So let's understand that. So yeah guys, this is what we're going to talk about. So in the last session, you see, if you remember, we talked about electric current, electric potential, and what is electric potential difference. So make sure that you watch the recordings of that, the video of that. It will be somewhere in the description, or if you just go to the video section, you can find that out. Make sure you check it out because we have that is one of the basic concepts you need to know. That is the foundation of the chapter. Today we'll be understanding about Ohm's law, resistance, and factors affecting resistance. I know I'm repeating the same thing, so let's start. So here's the thing guys, from the previous session, if you have attended, you would know that when you apply a potential difference, the current starts to flow. When you apply a potential difference, the charges would start flowing from one end to another, which is what is called as current, and current direction would always be in the opposite direction to the flow of the electrons. So if this is how the electrons are flowing in this case, the current would be in the opposite direction. Conventional current, we've already talked about it. Now here's the thing guys, over the years we have done so many experiments on electricity and we have understood that when you increase the potential difference, the current flowing through the circuit will also increase. Now what do we mean by that? Imagine this case, imagine that you have a 5-volt cell. Now when you connect a 5-volt cell to a battery, obviously current will start flowing through it. Now let's say that the current flowing through it is around 10 amperes. Alright, 10 amperes. Now let's say that I remove the 5-volt battery and replace it with a 10-volt battery. Now what do you think would happen to my value of current? Would it increase? Would it decrease? Would it remain the same? It will also increase. It will become 20 amperes. So here's the thing guys, experimentally we have proven that when current is increased, when potential difference is increased, the current flowing through the circuit will also increase. There is a relationship between current and potential difference, and that relationship is what is shown by the Ohm's law. As simple as that. So the relationship between potential difference and current is what is shown by Ohm's law. So the current flowing through the circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference applied at the terminals of a particular circuit. That, my friends, is what is called as Ohm's law. Simple as that. I'll repeat the statement. The current flowing through the circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference applied at the two ends. That's all. That is what is Ohm's law. So this is how you write it mathematically. V is directly proportional to I. In order to remove this proportionality sign, we introduce a constant called as R. Now this R is nothing but our very own resistors. So the formula then becomes V is equal to I into R, and that, my friends, is the formula for your beautiful Ohm's law. That's all. E is equal to I into R. Now remember this formula people, because we'll be using this a lot in your numericals. So kindly make a note of it. If you're someone who forgets a lot, make sure that you take a note of it because so important. Listen up carefully, alright? So yes guys, R is the proportionality constant that we take. This R is what is referred to as a resistance. Now what is resistance? We'll understand that in a minute. So V is equal to IR is the basic formula. Now from that I can find out the current as well. So because V is equal to I into R, if I rearrange the equation, simple arithmetics, I is equal to what? V by R. So using the Ohm's law, using V is equal to IR formula, we can also find out the current. Where current is equal to voltage by resistance. And if I want to find out the resistance, that is also possible. So what will be the formula then? R is equal to V by I. Resistance is equal to voltage divided by the current. So using this one formula, you can get all the three unknowns depending on what you want. You can rearrange the equation and get it accordingly. Alright. So resistance of a conductor is numerically equal to the potential difference applied, and it's the current flowing through the current flow through the circuit. Numerical, it is equal to potential difference applied, and the current flowing through the circuit. All right. So yeah, people, let's start with some quiz time, and then again we have a little bit more left, that is talking about the factors affecting resistance and all that. But before that, let's take a tiny little break and understand and solve some questions. Here's the first one. An electric iron draws a current of 4 amperes when connected to a 220 volt main. Its resistance must be what? 1000 ohms, 55 ohms, 45, 44 ohms, or none of the above. What a silly question. Alright, anyways, so let's try and do this. Current is given as 4 amperes. Voltage is given as, or potential difference is given as 220 volt. You're supposed to find out what is the resistance. R is equal to what? V by I, because why? V is equal to IR. So R is equal to V by I. So what will you get? Substitute the values. 220 divided by 4, 4520, 4520. So that's 55 ohms. So the answer to this question, option number B. Simple. Second one. In which of the following circuit least current flows? In which of the following circuit least current flows is the question. I know that you guys saw the answer. Erase that. Try to do it by yourself. In which of these the current flowing through it is the least? Now again guys, you have to use Ohm's law itself. This is basically trial and error method. So you have to try out all the 4 and find out which one has the least amount of current. Alright. Now current is equal to what? From Ohm's law itself, V is equal to I into R, I is equal to what? V by R. Now for the first case, what is the value of V? I1, V is 3 and resistance is 3. So what is the current? 1 ampere. For the second case, I2 is equal to what? It's 3 divided by 6, which is what? It's 0.5 amperes, right? It will be 1 by 2, which is nothing but 0.5 amperes. The third one, it is what? I3 is equal to 6 by 6, which is again 1 ampere. And finally, for the fourth one, it is I4 is equal to 6 divided by 3, which is nothing but 2 ampere. So in which of these would you have the least current flowing through it? Case number B. That's all. Unfortunately, guys, they've chosen the wrong answer over here. And I know, that's why I told you, forget the answer that you saw. I know that a lot of you guys would have been directly like, sir, option number D is the right answer. Because you guys are very smart, you guys are very smart, but that is not the answer. Alright guys, anyways, let's talk about resistance. What is resistance and why do we need to study about it? See guys, resistance is nothing but the obstruction offered to the flow of current. So when current is flowing from one into another, it is not like it has a completely clear path. Right? It's not a VIP where all the other atoms and molecules are going, making way, and this is going straight without any, loss in energy or anything like that. It is never the case. It is opposing the flow of electrons. The resistance is nothing but the opposition offered to the flow of electrons. Because here's the thing, guys. If I take a conductor will have atoms, ions, even other kinds of impurities as well. So when the electron is flowing, which does not have any eyes, these electrons don't have any eyes or any kind of senses, what will happen is that as they are flowing, they will collide with other atoms, they will collide with other electrons, they will collide with other ions, they might collide with the impurities that are present inside this conductor. So when they do that, what is happening is that they lose their momentum. Imagine this. Imagine you're walking on a very crowded street. Now, as you're trying to walk as fast as possible, but every time you're walking fast, you see that you're hitting someone. So every time you hit someone, what happens? You lose your momentum. Again, you have to start all over again. Your speed reduces, you lose your momentum, and again, you have to start over in order to achieve that same speed. So it's the exact same thing over here also. So when they are moving, they will collide with other atoms or other particles. And when they do that, when they collide, because of that collision, they lose their momentum and slow down. And this slowing down is what is called as resistance. This is the obstruction. That is the obstruction that is offered by the circuit. There's nothing else to it. It is nothing but these atoms and molecules that they're colliding, which is what is making it lose the momentum. And this, my friends, is what is called as resistance. That's it. That is what is resistance. Simple as it. Let's talk about what are the factors affecting resistance, which is one of the most important questions, has been asked several times in your board exams. So let's start carefully. What are the factors affecting resistance? Let me just drink some water for a second. Now my throat is a little too dry. I'm back. All right, factors affecting resistance. What are the factors affecting resistance? See guys, there are several things that resistance depends on. First one is the length. The more the length, more will be the number of collision, because there'll be more number of atoms on its way, there'll be more number of ions on its path. The electrons would have to pass through a lot more of these collisions. They have to undergo a lot more of these collisions. So more the length, more is the resistance. That's the first factor. R is directly proportional to L. R is indirectly proportional to the area of cross section, or the cross sectional area. Greater the area, more the space this electron would have to flow around. So obviously what will happen? The resistance will decrease. The lesser the area, the lesser the space it has. So what will happen? More number of collisions, so the resistance would increase. So R is indirectly proportional to A, or R is proportional to 1 by A. Simple. And also is resistance also depends on the material as well. So one other factor it depends on is called as resistivity. So in order to remove this proportionality sign, so once again guys, we found out that R is proportional to L, R is proportional to, indirectly proportional to A. So I'm just going to write this as R is proportional to L by A, which I can easily do that, right? Because on both the sides, on the left hand side I have resistance, so I'm just going to equate the equation, equate it. So let us R is proportional to L by A. So here's the thing guys, in order to remove the proportionality sign, we're going to introduce another constant which is called as resistivity. Now what is resistivity? Right, let's understand that. So the formula then becomes R is equal to resistivity into L by A, or rho into L by A. All right, this my friends is the formula for resistance. Now what is resistivity? Is nothing but the property of the material. Resistance is what? The obstruction offered by the material. Resistivity is the property of by which an object resists, or offers obstruction to the flow of current. That is what is called as resistivity. But if you have to define it in a proper manner, resistivity is nothing but if I take unit area and unit length, unit cross-sectional area and unit length, the amount of resistance offered to the flow of current of unit area and unit cross-sectional length, that is what is called as resistivity, where resistivity can be the same equation, R is equal to rho L by A, can be rearranged to get resistivity is equal to R into L by A, where it is nothing but resistance into length divided by the area. So again guys, resistivity is a property of the material. So different objects or different material will have different resistivity. All right, so if I take, see, when you say unit area and unit cross-sectional area and unit length, if whatever object I take, whatever material I take, the length and the cross-sectional area remains the same. So if length and cross-sectional area remains the same, what is the one factor that depends on then? The material itself. So where different material will have different resistivity, and hence the value of rho would also be different. Okay, and one last thing guys, it also depends on the temperature. That is, if you increase the temperature, the particles inside, the atoms and molecules will, or the ions and everything, will gain more energy, so they'll start to move more violently, and there'll be more collisions, and hence what happens? Resistance will increase. So it is directly proportional to the temperature. As the temperature increases, resistance will also go up and up and up. Alright guys, and yes guys, that's pretty much it. One is the length of the conductor, the next is the area of cross-sectional area, this area of cross-section, and resistivity, that is nothing but the property of the material itself, and also the temperature of the material. Alright guys, and yes guys, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And before we get into the rest of the quiz questions, I have to tell you something about the Vedantu Improvement Promise. Here's the thing guys, we at Vedantu are giving you a short guarantee that your scores are going to improve. Given that you do a couple of things, your scores are definitely going to improve. Now what is Vedantu Improvement Promise is that if you feel like you take up the course, let's say, and if you feel like your scores are not improving at all, you can get the complete feedback without any questions being asked. You can get the complete feedback. So I'll tell you more about this Vedantu Improvement Promise, but before that, let me talk about the V Pro courses, the Vedantu Pro courses. Let me get into that first. Here's the thing, guys. Vedantu is offering you one of the best online platforms for you to study, for you to grow, for you to excel in your education. How do we achieve that? We are giving you unlimited live sessions. How many ever live sessions you want, it's up to you guys. You can choose how many ever live sessions you want. You can attend in a day or in a month. It's totally up to you people. And yes, you will have quizzes, and the highest level of quizzes is what you're going to get. And these quizzes will give you an opportunity to compete with your peers throughout the world and understand what are your strengths as well as weaknesses. And yes, people, you will also get the recordings of every single session, because I know that all these sessions are live and you might be scared that what if I miss out a session? Don't worry, you can also get the recordings of those sessions as well. And yes, guys, even while watching the recordings also, you can take the quizzes and check out the leaderboards. So yeah, that's another mind-blowing feature at Vedantu, where you have interactive replays. While watching the replay also, you can take the quizzes and check out the leaderboards. And with this, people, you can download all the handwritten notes. Every curated handwritten notes is for you guys, and you can download it in the form of PDF and refer to it as many number of times as you want. And with this, people, you can also get all of your doubts cleared inside the class itself, because every single session will have the master teacher and the class teacher, and the class teacher will ensure that every doubt of yours is cleared inside the class. So no matter how many doubts you have, unlimited doubt solving inside the session for everything that you need. All right, so all of that in one package. And yes, you'll have assignments and tests as well, and time and again these tests and assignments have appeared in the board exams as well, so it's going to be super duper valuable to you guys. So yes, and yes, unlimited number of micro courses as well, guys. Lots and lots of micro courses where you have classes of stress relief, breathing exercises, arts and crafts, tons and tons of micro courses like this. So everything is basically covered over here, guys. So how are you supposed to enroll in the classes? So here is the thing, is what you will do is go to already YouTube is open, so you can just go to, first of all, subscribe to the channel. The first thing you must do is that, yeah, skip trial. What you do is basically click on one of the courses. So this is one of the classes that went on today. So what you do is basically click on subscribe to Vedantu Pro right now. Once you click on this link, people, this link will take you to everything that you need. Automatically 10% coupon code is applied. You don't have to remember anything, you don't have to do anything, everything is directly done. So you can see this, the grade here, it says grade 10th ICC. So edit that, go to CBSE, people. So right now obviously we're watching it, so the link would be for CBSE itself. So you can select whatever grade and whatever batch you want, and once you click on it, people, you're getting this option. So you have 3 courses that is offered by Vedantu. One is Vedantu Lite, Vedantu Classic, and Vedantu Pro Plus. So Vedantu Lite has everything that you need. You have live interactive sessions, in-class doubt solving, test series, assignments, all of that would be there. But there'll be no doubt solving outside the session. Outside the session, there's no doubt solving. All the doubts would be solved inside the class alone. In Vedantu Classic, with the in-class doubt solving, there will be doubt solving outside the session also. So you can download the Vedantu app and get all of your doubts cleared from 8 a.m. in the morning till night 11 p.m. So all of your doubts can be cleared outside the class as well. Vedantu Pro Plus is where you have someone called as a personal mentor as well. The personal mentor will make sure that you are getting everything that you need. You'll have one-to-one sessions, you will have constant motivational sessions with that person. He'll make sure that you are in the right track every single point of time. So with that, the obviously the features are different, so the price would also be a little different. So if we go for the 1-month program of Vedantu Lite, that's 2,340 rupees for 1 whole month, and the complete course is around 27,449 rupees. That is again after 10% discount. If you go for the the Vedantu Classic, again the base price of that was 38,000, but again it will drop down because of the 10% discount. So 1-month program is 2,970 rupees, and the year-long program is 35,099 rupees. And once again, if you go for the Vedantu Pro Plus, that's around 4,230 rupees for 1 month and 50,399 rupees for the whole year. All right, so yes, guys, again, I know that a lot of you guys will be still a lot of money. Think about it, guys. For that 2,400 rupees, 340, 2,300, whatever you want to take it as, you are getting all 6 subjects: social science, English, math, bio, chemistry, physics, everything. all of that, unlimited number of live sessions with your trainings for your KVPY, NTSE, every competitive exam that you're planning to give. All of that for you guys under that one price. Even if you think about it in terms of subjects, that is still going to be around, I don't know, 300, 400 rupees. That's 300, 400 rupees is what you're going to be paying per subject, which is pretty much less than what you pay around your homes also, because a lot of you guys might be going tuitions at nearby your homes where you give like 500 rupees for math, 500 rupees for your science, all that under one umbrella. So it's the best value for money out there, people. That's what I would like to say. And yeah, you're gonna get a lot more for a lot less, more classes for a lot less price. And yes, guys, you can also take up the Vedantu Improvement Promise, like I told you about VIP before. So what does Vedantu Improvement Promise say, to be getting into it more detailedly? So here's the thing, guys. Vedantu Improvement Promise says that you will get your complete money back if you feel like your scores are not improving at all. So you can actually have the guarantee that if it is not working out for you, you can always take the money back. But here's the thing, guys. We also have certain things from your side. We want something from your side, and that is that you should attend at least 75% of the class, and you should have attended at least 75% of the test as well. If you do that, obviously your score is going to improve. Without a doubt, your scores would definitely improve. And if you feel like your scores are still not improving, take the money back. Simple as that. All right. And yes, guys, these are all the dates that the batches are starting. 10th of May for 9th and 10th, a batch has already started. 24th of May is the next set of batch that is going to be starting. For ICSE as well, it's 24th of May. For 10th standard, it's going to be on 17th of May. For Maharashtra, 24th of May. For 9th as well as 10th. JE 10th May is already one batch has started. 24th of May is the next batch. For NEET also 10th May is already done. 24th of May is the next set of batch that is going to be starting. All right, so link is given in the description. With that said, people, let's do the last quiz question. Here we go. A cylindrical conductor of length L and uniform area of cross section A has resistance R. Each conductor of resistance, another conductor of length 2L and resistance R has the same material and has area of cross section what? You're supposed to find out what is the area of cross section over here. Is it A by 2, 3A by 2, 2A or 3A? Let's try to find this out, guys. Now here's the thing. R is equal to what? Rho L by. The new resistance is also R itself. The new resistance of the new conductor is also R. So what is the new R then? Rho into 2L by A, because the length is twice the length. It is the same material. So resistivity also remains the same. Length, however, has been increased to 2L. So I can rearrange this equation as what? A is equal to rho L by R. I'm taking A to the left hand side and keeping everything on the right hand side. Here also I'm going to do the same thing. So what will I get? A is equal to what? Rho 2L by R. Now, can I write this equation as A is equal to 2 into rho L by R? I can do that. Now, what is rho L by R? Rho L by R is nothing but A from the first equation. So what will you get? A is equal to 2A. So what happens to the area of cross section then? It will become twice the original area. That's all. When the length is increased twice, here in this case, the area also increases twice if the resistance has to remain the same. That's always. Last question now. The resistivity does not change if the material is changed, the temperature is changed, the shape of the resistor is changed, both material and the temperature is changed. In which of these cases the resistivity is not affected? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know the answer, guys. Pause the video if you have to give the answer. The answer to this question is nothing but the shape. It does not depend on the shape. It depends on the material and the temperature, but however, it does not depend on the shape of the material. Alright. And this, my friends, is your homework for today. Let me know what is the answer to this question in the chat box, in the comment section. The question is this: the area of cross section of wire becomes half when its length is stretched to double. The new resistance of the wire is what? The area of cross section becomes half when the length is stretched to double. What is the new resistance? Find it out. Let me know what is the answer in the comment section. Let's see who gets it right. So that's it from my side, guys. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And yes, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until the next time, this is Anoop signing off the day. Have a great evening ahead and stay safe and stay home, guys. Bye bye. See you all. Take care.